Okay, quick question. If I scored 18 out of 20 on a test, how much that in percent? Don't worry, no maths panic. Excel can do this in a click. My name is Kailash and in this video, we are going to talk about different type of percent calculations. We will start with simple calculations, error handling, percentage of total, percentage difference, tax calculations, and many other. But before that, subscribe to our channel, like, comment, and share this video with your friends. Let's get started. What is a percentage? Percentage is a way to express number as part of 100. For example, 25 part of 100 can also be called as 25%. And how this is calculated? It is calculated like part divided by whole number multiply by 100. So for example, here, if we see 25, which is the part of 100, divide by whole number, which was 100, multiply by 100. So you get 25. So 25% like that. But in Excel, it is little different. In Excel, you don't have to multiply by 100. As soon as you multiply part with whole, automatically the percentages are calculated. Let's start with basic calculations. Here I have some sample data where there are items in column A, then ordered and delivered. In delivery, there are something mentioned as out of stock as well. Now, if we want to calculate the percentage, how much of percentage total orders we received and how much we have delivered out of it. So, how to calculate? Calculation is like equals to the delivered divide by order, right? Normally, when you are putting it into a new cell, normally it will come something like this. Okay. What we are doing here is dividing this delivered with the total, right? And that was the definition, the part divided by the total, right? That is how you can calculate. And if you want to calculate for all, just track the formula like this, is done, right? But there are two things majorly in this formula. One is, first of all, it's not coming out as a percentage. So what you can do, either from here you select percentage, which is here, or there's a button available here as well. Or the third is using shift control percentage. That is also one way, right? Now, this way you are able to see the percentage directly. And notice that I am not multiplying by 100 because that is not required in Excel. Let's see and try to fix this issue. Why we are getting this issue? Obviously, we expect this issue because we are trying to divide a text with a number, which is not possible, right? And that's what you are getting the value error. So we will modify this formula and we will handle the error. Now for error handling, Excel comes with some formulas like if error, right? So first we will say what we wanted to calculate. We wanted to calculate delivered by divide by ordered. And if there is an error comes, then I'll say hyphen. That should be okay. The same way I'll drag. And you see, wherever there was a value error, now at least it is giving hyphen. It's better way to represent rather than showing this kind of errors, right? Okay, next we have calculating the percentage of total. So for example, here the order quantity is mentioned and I want to know that out of total orders received, what was the contribution of bags? Now, how to do it is you can't divide it by itself. What you have to do is first you have to total all the orders and then divide it with 120. So for example, I'll make a total. I can use some formula or I'll use a shortcut alt equals. It will bring the total directly here. And what I'll do is equals to the part divide by the whole number, which is total. Enter. We got, but again, the formatting issue, I will convert it to percentage, right? Now I'll try to drag. Okay, so it's not working. You know why it is not working? Because when we dragged, it was supposed to refer the same cell, but it is moving, right? Now, what we can do to fix this is we will fix this particular cell. So this is our B30. And what I'll do is I'll put a dollar sign against this, against the row and the column as well, right? And now if I try to drag, what will happen is it will not move, means the total will still be referred the same, but the ordered quantity for each it will change, right? Okay, let's try to see different scenario. Here if you see the bags are repeated, right? So let's say I want to know in total, the total number of orders we receive, what was the contribution of bags? And I wanted to put it here. So what I need to do? So basically I need to first sum all these bags entries and then divide it with this 2290, right? So for that, what would be the formula? So first I need to get the total of bags. For that, I'll use SUMIF. Okay. The range is this. This is the place where the item names are mentioned, and I want to only get the bags. And once it gets which one it will do a total, it will do a total of this, right? Hit enter. We got 720. The next is to divide it with the total, which is here, right? And change it to the percentage, right? So what we have done is, first we have used the SUMIF formula to get total ordered quantity for all the bags items, and again divided with the total orders. And that's how we got the percentages of bags in the all the orders. Okay, so next example here is finding the difference. For example, here I have last month orders and this month order. I wanted to know how much is the shift in terms of number of orders. So how would I do this? What I will do is equals to this month order minus last month order. Okay, first I'll do it this way, and then I'll put it in bracket and divide it with last month orders. Okay, so what I see is there is a 25% increment happened as compared to last month for bags. And same way, if I drag this, now it is telling the pencil boxes are reduced by 10%, the geometry box are reduced by 16%, like that, right? So what we have done, just to understand it again, is we have first found the difference between this month and the last month orders, and we divided by last month. Why last month is because this is our base from where from here the things are moving here. So that was our base. That's why we have divided by P2. Great. Let's see the next example. So here I have the sales by month, each month, and I wanted to know that from last month to this month, what is the shift in percentage. So again, same way I'll do it is equals to this month minus last month, right? And I'll put this into bracket and then divide by last month. Hit enter. So what we are getting is that there is a 10% drop. And if I drag like this, now what it says, if you see the formula also move to the next cell or next row, like this, right? So it is always comparing the last. So from 740 to 910, there is an increment of 22%. Same way here, there is some negative, some are positive increments, like this. But if you just want to stick to always compare with the first month, January month, then you have to freeze this using dollar sign, which I'm pressing F4. So I'm saying do not change this cell basically, and always compare from this. Now if I drag it, there will be a different calculation. Now everywhere it is comparing it with January numbers, right? So here we can say there is a drop, but maximum are positive increase. Okay, so here is a scenario. You are purchasing a smartphone for $720 and store charges 8.5% sales tax on the purchase. So the question is, how much tax do you have to pay on top of net price? So how do we calculate this? So what was the price? Price was 720. And how much is the sales tax? It is 8.5%, right? Now, how much tax we need to pay? For that, what we'll do is simply multiply both. So 720, if we multiply with 8.5%, you'll get what would be the sales tax. Like this, hit enter. So what it says is for 720, 8.5%, you have to pay 61.20 USD, right? Okay, let's see next one. Here the scenario is little different. You purchased a jacket for $400 and you were given 30% discount. So the question is, what was the original price of the jacket? How do you calculate that? So how do we do this? Let's try to see. So how much we purchased? We purchased it for $400. And how much discount we got? 30%. But that was a discount. So basically we paid 70% of the amount, right? 30% was discount. So if we minus from 100, we got 70, right? So we paid 70%, right? Now, if we want to know the original price, simply purchase divide by how much percentage you paid. If you divide both of them, you get the original price, right? So there earlier example we multiplied, but here we are dividing because we were given discount. According to that, we are calculating this. Let's see the last example. So here I have some products and their price. Let's say you decided to give 10% discount on all the prices. So what would be the new price? So if you want to calculate, so what you have to do is you have to this multiply with what? 10? No, this will not be the right answer because it will just give you the 10% of 95. What you have to do is you have to do 1 minus 1 is equal to like 100% minus 10%. So in a way, what you're saying is 90%. So the 90% of this is what would be your new price if you are giving a discount, right? If I copy paste, you get the new price, a discounted new price, 10% discounted new price here, right? But let's say instead of discount, you are increasing the price. Then what would be the formula? Formula will not be 1 minus. What would be the formula? The formula would be 1 plus C2, right? Now you are increasing the price by 10%, right? So everywhere 10% got added. So there are different ways to calculate percentages in Excel. If you like this video, share with your friend. Comment what next video you would like us to talk about.